Greetings, everyone. My name is Buck Business, and today I'll be reviewing a slightly older movie I came across recently. The movie I'll be looking into is Tamagotchi, the movie. So, the movie follows a small yellow Tamagotchi by the name of Mamamichi as he's trying to invent some type of invention. His pals Mimichi and Kuchapachi start hijinks, and the device brings a small young girl by the name of Tampopo into the Tamagotchi world. The writing here seems more focused on a younger audience. The characters are kept pretty basic throughout the movie, which is why I think the events in the movie caught me a bit by surprise. With Mamichi uh, and as we later discover, Tampopo will both be older siblings later on in the movie. This does slightly show what it means to be ready for a younger sibling. However, Mamichi, as we soon learn a bit later on, has a fear of darkness. He goes back to what he knows, which is to invent more things. And with every failure, Mamichi keeps trying to fix the problem no matter what. Oh man, that kind of reminds me of Kawaii Critic. At any rate, the Mamichi creates a little mini sun. This in turn makes the big sun in the sky, which is its own Tamagotchi, decide to take a break. The day gets turned to night, and we start our character. And at the start of this, the characters don't pay too much attention to it at all. It was a bit of a head turner to say the least, to see these characters sort of go about their day and not really realize that it was nighttime. But eventually they do catch on, and Mamichi decides he's going to try to fix this problem with the sun being away. But before he finds out, he does become a bigger brother. He gives his parents give birth to the pink Tamagotchi on the screen to the right there, and she grows up pretty quickly, which does seem to correspond to the quick nature of Tamagotchis. This little pink Tamagotchi follows him to school from the point of him being afraid of darkness, I believe, if I remember that correctly. However, she doesn't add too much to the film except just sort of hanging around and asking him questions and so on and so forth. It does add a dimension to Mamichi as he has to try to deal with this. He tries so hard to be accepting, but he also has to make sure she stays safe later on in the film. So when the darkness comes and he goes onto the ship his parents built to send Tampopo home to find the sun, but once they do reach this deep space, they find out that instead of the sun, they find a black hole. The tension takes a sudden turn, making this whole ending quite intense. This black hole now threatens to suck in this little girl and all the Tamagotchis in the ship. Luckily, it does turn out that this black hole is also a Tamagotchi. They have to try to call out to wake him up. I was suddenly reminded with the ending of Horton Hears a Who. That's a very similar ending, with the town literally crying out for it to wake up, the black hole that is, and soon the entire Tamagotchi world is influenced to call out this to this black hole Tamagotchi. We see the girl in Mamichi gets sucked in before it wakes up to bring them back out. All these ideas came from a simple hand device that later on inspired one of Kawaii Critic's favorite shows, Digimon. I could see more adult themes even with Tamagotchi, the movie. I can see why Digimon has handled such darker themes with a darker tone now more than ever. I was a bit surprised just what they were able to pull off with such a simple idea. While the writing is a bit more simple, the events were still intriguing. If the start and the characters were fleshed out just a bit more, I think this could have really been a solid movie. As this movie is, it's still actually okay, and I enjoyed it for that. So I gave it a 7 out of 10. It was an enjoyable film. So that is my review of Tamagotchi, the movie. And if you like this review, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, farewell, everyone, and have a happy holidays and a happy new year.